Ruben Amorim is set to officially begin his work as Manchester United manager tomorrow, and attention has already shifted to the January transfer window. Erik ten Hag was given his marching orders last month, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has been in charge for the interim. Amorim, who has guided Sporting CP to 2 Portuguese league titles during his 4 years in charge, is viewed as an exciting appointment for the Red Devils. United were one of the more active teams in the last transfer window, as ten Hag signed 2 of his former Ajax players in Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui. He also signed Lenny Yoro, Joshua Zirkzee and midfielder Manuel Ugarte. However, one rumoured midfield target the Reds were unable to sign is another of ten Hag's former Ajax stars, and United have been linked with Frenkie de Jong for a number of years, with a recent report from The Athletic claiming they failed in an attempt to sign the Dutchman from Barcelona in 2022, and even went as far as making a video of the player mocked up next to some of their club legends. Some more tentative reports this summer suggested United had renewed their efforts to sign the 27-year-old, but a move never materialised, as they instead moved to sign Ugarte from Paris Saint-Germain. De Jong joined Barcelona from Ajax back in 2019 and is in the final 2 years of his contract with the European giants. Now, a fresh report from Spanish outlet El Nacional indicates Barcelona accept De Jong's departure is now inevitable, as talks over a new contract have proved unfruitful. The article goes as far as saying they have now placed him on the transfer list ahead of the upcoming window, which will leave a number of the continent's top clubs on red alert. A fee in the region of €70 million has been suggested as the fee Joan Laporta and Deco will seek, which is only slightly less than the reported figure it took to sign him from Ajax 5 years ago. Villarreal's Alex Baena has been tipped as De Jong's successor at Barcelona and could be signed on much more favourable salary terms. Should a move for De Jong be on the cards in January or even next summer, it remains to be seen whether Amorim's desire to sign the midfielder is as strong as ten Hag's. Ultimately, De Jong is a player that fits the mould required to fulfil a team of ten Hag's identity, not necessarily Amorim's. That being said, there is still something rather ironic about rumours emerging. Ten Hag's primary target has been transfer listed so soon after his exit. Bruno Fernandes has revealed Manchester United's players wanted to give Ruud van Nistelrooy a fitting goodbye due to the impact he's had during his stint as interim boss. Van Nistelrooy took over on an interim basis when Erik ten Hag was sacked and has been able to steady the ship, securing 2 wins against Leicester and a victory against PAOK. The Dutchman also secured a point against Chelsea in the Premier League and walks away from his interim tenure with the highest win rate of any manager in United history. However, Van Nistelrooy could leave the club this month because it remains unclear whether he will be kept as part of Ruben Amorim's coaching staff. Amorim will officially begin work at United on Monday and is set to bring his own coaches to Manchester from Sporting Lisbon. Van Nistelrooy received a special reception at the end of United's 3-0 victory over Leicester on Sunday afternoon, and Fernandes praised his impact when he spoke after the win. "It was a long time that I wasn't scoring, and now goals are coming in the last few games." Fernandes told BBC Sport. "Another clean sheet was important for us to bring back the fortress we had here. We have to keep doing that, and we have to improve." Ruud van Nistelrooy feels the club. He loves the club. He wants to bring joy to the players. He brought everyone with a smile to the games. He just wanted us to enjoy it. We wanted to say goodbye as a manager for him properly, because he did good things for us. It's a new era, a new manager means everything changes, but what hasn't changed is that this club has to get back to where it belongs. Adelio Candido and Carlos Fernandes followed Amorim from Braga to Sporting in 2020 and are expected to move to United, while he could also bring a few other coaches to the club. Ineos freshened up ten Hag's coaching staff in the summer, and Van Nistelrooy returned to United as assistant manager. Ruud van Nistelrooy has confirmed that he's set to learn his fate at Manchester United in the next 24 hours ahead of new manager Ruben Amorim's arrival. Former United striker Van Nistelrooy has taken charge of the Red Devils' last 4 matches following the sacking of Erik ten Hag. His spell as caretaker has seen United enjoy 3 wins and 1 draw, but with Amorim due to bring his own coaching staff in, Van Nistelrooy could be forced to depart. The Dutchman has gone on record to say that he'd like to work alongside Amorim, and even admitted that his long-term ambition is to manage United permanently. The pair are set to hold crunch talks after Amorim signs off at current club Sporting Lisbon, who faced Braga on Sunday night. Following the Red Devils' comfortable 3-0 win at home to Leicester City, after which a teary-eyed Van Nistelrooy went over to the Stretford end to thank United's supporters. He told BBC Sport, "I really enjoyed it. It's been a short but amazing period. We are in an uncertain position, but we tried to do our jobs and help the club, which is important. There are a lot of feelings there, the way the fans supported me, and the team always in difficult moments. It was a special moment. To close down this block of games with good results and a good connection, I can't thank them enough. We will learn what the further plan is now." Van Nistelrooy added in his post-match press conference, "The club hierarchy said, OK, it's going to be 4 games, it's going to be announced a new head coach, etc, etc. So, for me, it is important to have that clarity, and I appreciated that. In the end, the most important thing is this football club, and I'm here to support that in my role. As I said, I want to continue doing that in the future, and now also the communication was OK, that after the block of 4 games, there will be communication towards you and your colleagues that are in an uncertain situation. So I expect to hear today or tomorrow from them. Amorim, who's enjoyed a trophy-laden 4.5-year reign at Sporting, will bring assistants Carlos Fernandes and Adelia Candido with him to Old Trafford, with the Portuguese hoping that they'll help implement his style of play. Van Nistelrooy may return to his initial role as the club's strikers coach, and during Friday's pre-match press conference he said, "I am calm, to be fair. I am trusting the process. I believe the outcome will be good because I believe that as long as I'm here, there is no news. I am here at Manchester United, so that is my focus. I am calm in that sense, and whenever the communication takes place, I will see. Due to the international break, Amorim won't be in the dugout until Sunday, November the 24th, when the Red Devils travel to take on newly promoted Ipswich Town at Portman Road. That gives him almost a fortnight to get his house in order, and whatever his decision, he'll be grateful of Van Nistelrooy's work as caretaker." Ruud van Nistelrooy will manage his final game as interim Manchester United boss on Sunday. Van Nistelrooy was appointed on an interim basis after Erik ten Hag's sacking and has overseen wins against Leicester and PAOK and a draw against Chelsea. The Dutchman was asked how proud he'd be of ending his role with an undefeated record and said, "It was very important after I took over to get what I call stabilising the ship with results. All of a sudden, we're 3 games into that. It passes so quickly, and the last one will mean a lot. United beat Leicester as recently as last week in the Carabao Cup, but the 2 sides meet again in the Premier League on Sunday, and United fans will hope for the same outcome." Van Nistelrooy made 3 changes to the starting team to face PAOK, and it will be interesting to see which players he selects to give him the best chance of going out on a high dot. Andre Onana is a certainty to start in between the sticks, and the only contentious point in the fullback area is whether Diogo Dalot will start on the left or the right. Noussair Mazraoui is enjoying an excellent season and can play on either side, but Dalot has struggled on the left. Lisandro Martinez and Matthijs de Ligt were rested against PAOK, which gave Johnny Evans and Victor Lindelof a chance, but the former will be recalled. Van Nistelrooy recently described his options in midfield as thin. Kobbie Mainoo is making progress in his recovery from injury, but is still not ready to be involved, which means Manuel Ugarte, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes are likely to retain their starting roles. Christian Eriksen and Mason Mount returned off the bench against PAOK and have strengthened United's options. Rasmus Højlund was quiet in the Europa League on Thursday, touching the ball just 10 times in the first half, but it would be a surprise to see Joshua Zirkzee start over him against Leicester. Ahmad delivered a man-of-the-match performance against PAOK and is expected to start again, providing he is given the green light to feature after appearing to hurt his foot. The youngster confirmed he was fine when interviewed after the game, but Van Nistelrooy insisted the wide man was being assessed by the medical staff at his pre-match press conference. With Ahmad and Højlund set to start, that leaves Alejandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford to fight for the final starting position, and the latter seems likely to receive the nod this weekend. Garnacho looks like he could benefit from a rest, and Rashford started on the bench against PAOK. Predicted Tekken versus Leicester. Onana, Mazraoui, de Ligt, Martinez, Dalot, Ugarte, Casemiro, Fernandes, Ahmad, Højlund, Rashford. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has opened up on feeling lonely at Manchester United, claiming he had no one apart from my PlayStation before sealing a move to West Ham this summer. The 26-year-old was seen as one of the best right-backs in the Premier League when he secured a £45 million switch from Crystal Palace to Old Trafford in 2019, then only 21, and initially became a key member of the first team as he played 100 games in his first 2 seasons. But he eventually started slipping down the pecking order under a string of United managers, including Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Erik ten Hag, starting only 20 times last season. And now, Wan-Bissaka has shed light on his struggles to adapt to life in Manchester, saying his video games console was one of the only things that provided him comfort. It was difficult, Wan-Bissaka told The Standard. Very difficult. I went to Manchester on my own, and it was my first time moving away from home. I had no one up there, apart from my PlayStation. Because Manchester's smaller, everyone's aware of everything that's happening. You have to be mentally strong to avoid the negative stuff it comes with. Wan-Bissaka had only just made his senior debut for boyhood club Palace 18 months before putting pen to paper with United, but said he wanted to take a punt on what could have been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Explaining how his exit from United came to be, after being linked with an exit for some time, he said both parties agreed it was mutually beneficial for him to leave. I spoke to the club and they thought this opportunity was best for me, Wan-Bissaka added. They gave me some time to think about it. In the moment I didn't, but I spoke to family and friends about it and we all decided it was the right time. Now Wan-Bissaka is back in his hometown of London. He looks more comfortable and has had a solid start to life at West Ham, starting 8 of their first 10 Premier League games, even though the team have struggled under Julian Lopetegui. He played a total of 190 times for United and won 2 trophies during his time in Manchester, though his performances were unable to convince former England boss Gareth Southgate to hand him a senior 3 Lions cap,